Hey, yo, what's up, guys? Yo, I'm Mr. Yuck, man. Thanks for tuning into my YouTube channel. Yo, MrYuckForever, all one word. So, many of you probably know TTRAIN. He's pretty popular on the forums. He's constantly on the leaderboards. He's pretty well known. He watches a lot of my videos, man. He wanted me to do an advanced personal base review of his base. So I decided to give it a go. From now on, I'm going to be doing 2 attacks to show slightly different attacking strategies. You know, you don't always get the same specials. Obviously, you never get the same specials. So kind of my thought process on how I would attack your base given my the specials that were given to me. And I already knew going in that this base was going to be pretty good, knowing how good TTRAIN is already. And so on that note, man, I came up with a step-by-step plan on how to build just like badass fucking bases, man. And I got an acronym for it. It's called bullshits. No kidding, man. No bullshit. It's called bullshits. It's it's barrels, units, the layers, structures, your HQ squad and cards, intimidation factor, and the type of base, whether it's like a truck killer, a no munition, or a run out of time, truck manipulation, troop manipulation, and the last one is spamming, yo, the grunt spam. Now, if you can take into account all 10 of these factors when you're designing a base, that's how you make an awesome base. And I'm later going to do a video and break down step by step, number 1 through 10, exactly how you build the most badass base you can possibly do. But if you just want just a copy base, yo, this is an expert base right here. I've already watched my replays a couple times, and pretty much there's not a lot of room for improvement on this base. There's possibly some, but not very much. And a not very much improvement is like it's instantly an 8. If there's not much room for improvement, that's like an 8. So you've seen on my videos where I talk about, you know, I rate bases, like on my alliance battles. You know, I got 20 videos of that. If you haven't watched that, yo, go check that shit out. And I talk about why bases are so easy and all these different factors. And so right off the bat, I know that that it's going to be really challenging. Not because I know who he is, but just by the look of his base. His base design is kind of similar to mine. He's taken advantage of like every sniper tower enclosed location. He's got first layer bottom rock. He's got first layer top rock. He's got second layer top rock. He's got third layer bottom rock facing towards your truck. Some people face it up above that rock. He's got third layer front rock. Taking advantage of all the sniper tower locations. All of them, man. Third layer back rock. So right at the bat, structure placement, yo, hella OP, man. Very nicely done. There is no truck manipulation, and I'll talk about that in the second clip on why I think that if you can manage to do it, it would make the base just even that much more OP. I like the barrels that are inside that wall right there on the bottom bottom sniper tower on third layer. But like a lot of these extra barrels, they all get destroyed by your mortars. And I'm not saying get rid of your mortars, but your mortars are very well placed. They're doing like 2 things. One, they're helping stop the grunt spam. There's like no grunt spam in this base. And what I mean by that is there's no forward progress of destroying your base while I'm grunt spamming. I can easily build up munitions, but I'm trying to grunt spam as many as I can to see if they're going to be able to see one of these sniper towers, but they're just getting pooped on because there's just so many sniper towers. If I focus fire through that bottom part, my troops are going to be able to walk there. And one thing I thought of when I went back and watched it was that anti-air right there, next to that mortar on the south side and second layer. I might move that back just a little bit. That sandbag of your snipers, it's just not covered enough. And I can burn like one firebomb and then throw a mortar on, or not a mortar, throw a missile on there, and boom, man, that sandbag is gone. There's no imminent danger to my truck. I think it gets damaged a little bit by some units, or maybe it gets like sniped once somehow. I'm not sure. But on a base like this, since it's a no munition base, it's not where I'm gonna run out of time. I got plenty of time. I start with over 11 minutes, and so far the grunt space is good. You know, it's not gonna get destroyed by snipers or sniper towers. I can pretty much wait until about 3 minutes to attack your base if I really want to. So that's one thing you gotta keep in mind. Maybe if one of your mortars was like further out, but I don't think you can, you know, you'd be able to hit my truck. If there was something to stop me from just earning specials for like 8 minutes, that would be OP. Yeah, and I don't think you can scoot that mortar any closer. So the one thing I would think about doing is goofing around with the different HQ squad. It's a good HQ squad because it's like repairing all of your walls, but not very many of your walls are really getting that damaged. And yeah, some of those barrels are popping from your mortars back there and getting damaged a little bit. So I guess they're repairing, like even like these walls right here where like the toxic barrel got exploded. If you happen to have the HQ squad where you have the Rocketeer, Commando, 5 Rangers, and Medic, I think that would just be like absolutely devastating, to be honest. Yeah, man, I would probably go with that, especially in this design. Shit, man, that would just be OP. So I think if you have that, that's one spot where you can improve on. The second one is putting barrels in the middle of your choke point, so as guys are headed down your middle choke point, you know, your troops can get shit on. The only thing that's counteracting that right now is the fact that your mortars are hitting in all of those spots in your mid choke point, so you might have to reconsider your like taking out like your very back mortar, like way back in your first layer. But it's not necessary. But I mean, like right there, maybe. Oh, maybe where that unit is walking right now that was ahead of those Rocketeers. Like if you put a couple barrels right there, maybe like some toxic barrels, that would be OP. And you got really good troop manipulation. And what I mean by this this troop diversion is that if I do manage to focus fire down through this bottom section, some of my troops will go on mid route, some will go on bottom route. Instantly, they're not going to pair up at the very end, and they're going to get shit on. Secondly, you can never go wrong with adding all these sniper towers, enclosed sniper towers, like shooting through the gaps and rocks. And if anybody thinks that that's like cheap, I mean, sniper towers are elevated. I mean, I'm pretty sure it says it in the description. So I mean, if you're not like if you don't have enclosed sniper towers, then I don't know what you're doing. Having like enclosed sniper towers on like a northern second layer is super OP, because as your troops get to that choke point on the first layer, some of them are gonna stop and try to get that sniper tower northern second layer, and they're gonna stop to try to get the sniper tower at the backside of third layer as well. And if it's your commandos or whatever you're using, if it's like some of your main units are stopping there, and all of your rioters are keep moving forward to the main choke point, yo, that is shit that you want to have in your base. So like pretty much everything is just about top notch on this base. The one other thing that you could do for improvement, and this isn't like placement or unit selection or anything like that, is just continuing to upgrade those sniper towers, man. Gotta upgrade those sniper towers. I'm full behind, or I'm far behind now, from getting any sniper towers to like 21. I burned all my munitions and I haven't got a chance to really play too much. But just having those sniper towers upgraded that much more, it is just gonna be that much more OP. Especially like sniper tower at second layer northern rock, sniper tower at first layer where it shoots over that rock on the south side. So right here I decided that, hey, I'm gonna focus fire through all these walls. I managed to focus fire through those walls. I get the sniper tower, get through the walls that I need, so my troops can walk down and get the mortar and the anti-air. And all my troops freeze, so I'm not sure really what's going on. So I just decided that I'm gonna rally down there. And somehow it kind of like glitched, and I don't know how, but I shot through that wall and it left it with no health, and I destroyed another wall, a sniper tower, 2 more walls, but I didn't destroy that. So for some, I don't know, this never happened to me before, but it kind of screwed up my whole plan. Then I was late on a focus fire or a decoy right there. So you can see how like going through right here, you get pooped on if you go through your mid choke point. There's that troop diversion. You see some of my commandos and shit turning around, trying to get these sniper towers. They're still getting pooped on by sniper towers, as a lot of my rioters have already moved up and got shit on. I like the choice of having your riot shielders come out of your HQ squad for a base like this. That's perfect. Not your HQ squad, but your HQ cards. It's also going to trigger like any snipers that are back that are out of like a 30 range. And I'm trying to decoy on top of those rioters to get them killed. I'm not sure if you had volunteers on those rioters. I'm assuming you do. It's obviously like the best thing. But just having a shitload of rioters in this base is fucking OP. I also like the selection of one colonel. If he sees your troops or get fired at, dude, and then he does his focus fire and all your rocketeers are up. I think he actually does a focus fire like right here. But by this time, like, most of my troops already got shitted on. One of my favorite spots for your tank trap is first layer.
How can they break through that wall?
Like right above the choke point, where you have those rocketeers right there. Yo, that is expert placement. I love the wall there too, so you're not immediately like focused on that sniper tower or those rocketeers. Yo, that is fucking genius, bro. Just about everything back here is really good. That sniper tower right there, first layer, bottom shooting over the rock, nicely done. You got the wall right where you need it. It's shooting over. I just got completely pooped on. Troops kind of froze. Somehow the wall didn't break down. But damn, you know. So I was thinking if that wall did break, which it should have. I don't know how it didn't. It makes no sense how you can shoot through all that and it didn't break. I would just come up through this section. I would have tried to obviously get rid of that top tank trap and then decoyed on your middle tank trap and then kind of fanned out right there. But that's not how the attack happened. So here's this second attack. So on the first attack, I was really hoping for like an extra focus fire. A lot of people do take 2 focus fires over 2 decoys. Um, and if more people start making bases like this, it's like shit, dude. I mean, I might have to start taking like 2 focus fires, but I like 2 decoys. I like 2 decoys. So literally, there's not too much for improvement. So once again, man, gotta upgrade your sniper towers. I know that's only just gonna come with munitions, but it's just gonna make the base more OP. Some people might say, well, yeah, you know, but the more upgraded your sniper towers are, the more munitions you're gonna give them. Yeah, by like a little bit. Let's say you upgrade a sniper tower, and you're like, oh man, it gave him 100 more munitions, and you destroyed 5 sniper towers before you got to that choke point or something. It's like, dude, that's only like 500 munitions, man. Like, that's like a rider and a commando. It's not that big of a deal. Getting the piercing damage from level 21 sniper towers is just fucking OP. Moving this anti-air back, if you can, if you don't want to, that's, you know. But I would say you don't want to lose those 3 snipers on that sandbag. I would not want to lose them that early. If the guy has 2 aerials. So move that back, man. Definitely move that back. Make them waste 2 aerials, and then destroy that sandbag. Cause just having your troops shoot through there. I mean, you don't want to, man. That's like the first thing I think of is like, dude, I gotta get rid of these. Have to get rid of these. So those couple things, the anti-air, upgrading the sniper towers, and try mixing up with that HQ squad card if you got it. The one I was talking about with the Rocketeers, the commander of the 5 Rangers, and the medic. I think that would be really OP for this base. Now, one thing in this base is you have no truck manipulation because you don't really need it. You know, and what I mean by truck manipulation is you can change where you want the truck to go, and it's really easy to do. If you wanted the truck to go to the north side when it first entered this base, just put a wall at the southern ruins, and then a wall at the midpoint from, you know, ruin to ruin. It's gonna go the north route. If you wanted to go mid route, you know, it's pretty easy to do. But why I bring this up is your sniper tower at the bottom of 3rd layer is shooting some of those grunts, right? It's shooting some of those grunts that are spawning out of my truck, but my truck's right in the middle of the map. So my truck is in no immediate danger, and that's why I can sit here for 8 minutes and just build up specials. However, what if you could make my truck go to the bottom of the map? What if it was stuck on the bottom? And every time I spawned grunts, the grunts started walking up the bottom. That sniper tower right there at the bottom of 3rd layer shot those grunts and started piercing my truck. It would force the attacker to try to get rid of that sniper tower early on. And personally, it's not something that I wanted. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that aggressive and get rid of that sniper tower early on. I definitely want to get rid of those snipers, but I got a plan for like a whole attack on this base, man. And I don't want to try to use a focus fire early on. So if you could use like 2 tank traps and sucker the truck down. If you can't spare walls, so if you can spare tank traps, that's great. If you can round up some additional walls, maybe you could try that. And I mean, fuck, bro, you could have a truck killer base on top of a no munition base, man. Like, what the fuck, bro? And those are hard to do. Those are very hard to do. So now this comes to the point where the only like real weakness I see, which is why I say that maybe you should try to use the tank traps like in the middle, in the midpoint to move the truck down, is by constantly like looking at your base back and forth, back and forth. I've noticed that you don't have very many walls on your northern side, and it possibly could be because not very many people attack you on your northern side. It's not very common for people to do, but in between even your white sniper tower and your mortar back there, there's just not very many walls, bro. I would definitely suggest throwing like 2 more walls up there to totally deter players from going up there. I know like that one that's like covering the mortar is also like covering the anti-air, so your troops don't like peek through and see the anti-air. But I'd probably try to round up like some walls somewhere. Next, the sniper tower that's in second layer, the one right there by the anti-air. I might think about moving them around. I don't know if your sniper tower is going to be able to see through there though if you do that. But like on my base, I have my sniper tower facing back towards my my HQ. And so as my troops are moving, or as the attacker's troops are moving towards my HQ, it's shooting them in the back, and then troops have to turn around to see it, which gives your troops additional time to shoot my troops in the back. It's also like OP as shit for fucking up like riot shield guys, because you're gonna be shooting the riot shield guys in the back. The white sniper tower, your guys turn around, so they do get fucked up in the back. And I think there's one last thing. The last thing is I like all your wall placement in your first layer. I like your mortars, the sniper tower placement, the range of all of your troops. You know, whether it's your Rocketeers or Bombardiers, they're all at like perfect spots. I like how you combine the Bombardiers and Rocketeers, so you got that stun damage from your Bombardiers, but your heavy hitting, I'm gonna fuck your shit up, is from your Rocketeers. Love it, man, love it. Once I get there, I'll slow it down and I'll break the back first layer down. So on this attack, man, considering I always going with one focus fire, I'm banking on that I'm gonna get another one. On this attack, I do. I just didn't get very many aerials, so unlike on the last one where I was able to destroy some of your tank traps with Rocketeers and Bombardiers on them, this time I just end up getting another focus fire. So right here, I want my troops to move forward without destroying their sniper tower. I want them to progress that way since my troops are out of range of the sniper tower. I want them to walk forward. I don't want to do like an HQ KO and destroy your tower. Troops freeze again. And the reason why I decided to go up this way was I can avoid like 3 of your sniper towers. I can avoid that sniper tower in 3rd layer. I can avoid the sniper tower in 2nd layer. And I can avoid your sniper tower in 1st layer that's shooting over that rock. So rally them up. Everything looks good. And boom. Now at this point, attacks look pretty good for me. I know my troops are going to continue to advance forward because that sniper tower is in range. Some of them are probably going to turn around. And you still got good troop troop diversion, man. Because even at this point, and I've rallied them forward, some are going to go back mid, some are going to go forward. So troop diversion on bottom to mid is good. Troop diversion on mid to top is good. Uh, do not change anything about this tank trap right there with the Rocketeers, y'all. That's like so good, bro. I mean, it's so good for two things. For one, when you're coming through mid to bottom, your troops can't see it because of that wall. And if your troops are coming from top to mid, like how they are right now, the tank trap in the middle choke point can't see that that decoy either. So, you know, this rocket, you know, this riot guy in the middle, he's obviously gonna like instantly get pooped on. Anybody else that goes to the mid is gonna like get instantly pooped on. There is 2 snipers. Sorry, there's 4 snipers in the back that are on 2 tank traps, and they only come into play after my army has moved just too far up into your first layer. At that point, it's pretty much a win for me. And you'll see what I mean. I'm destroying the sniper tower now. I'm getting your anti-airs. It's none of these snipers. And if I have any aerials left over, like I wasn't able to like overlap a bunch of aerials, like I'm even able to destroy like the anti-airs before I get to these guys. It's these snipers right here on these 2 tank traps. I would consider moving them closer up to the top side, or not the top side, like really close to the anti-air on the top and bottom. I think that those just gotta get moved up just a little bit. They're just out of play for too long unless they get nicked by a bullet. And there's so many other units in front of them, the chances of them getting nicked is like really low. So I would just move them up just a little bit. Other than that, man, yo, an expert design on a base. If I'm just being like absolutely ruthlessly brutal, I would say that this base is like an 8.5, and that is like the most brutal like rating I can give, man. The base is pretty brutal. I wouldn't like to just keep fighting this base, you know, if you were on like a triple red. But the fact that I can build up specials and stuff like that, yo, that is a little bit of a downside. If you can make that truck killer, what I was talking about with that truck manipulation, and where your grunts come out through that bottom, and that sniper tower at the bottom of 3rd layer can snipe those grunts. Ooh, man, that'd be nasty. If you were just up here though, on like if I had triple reds, I'd probably just end up maybe using like 1 decoy, and then bank on trying to get another focus fire, or just bring 2 focus fires and going up through that top route. So seriously consider putting like some walls up there or something like that, upgrading your sniper towers, and other than that, yo, TTRAIN, that's a fucking badass base, man. I'm very impressed, man. I thought that I'd be okay just to go ahead and just like take it on, you know, me being rusty after like 5 days of like not even playing, and only like playing a little bit before that. But your base made me learn even a couple new techniques, man, which I might even try to throw into my base. One in particular. Say, so if you guys liked the video, yo thumbs up. If you didn't, well, fuck you. Nah, give it a thumbs down. Leave a comment if you guys would like, and don't forget to hit that sub button. And if you would like me to do an advanced personal review of your base, give you some tips that you can either put in your base or just tell me to go kick rocks, just leave a comment in the comment section below. And until next time, yo, I'll fucking catch you guys later, yo, man. MrYuck's out, son. Later, guys. Oh, and one more thing, man. Let people know whose base you're walking into. Don't forget about the intimidation factor, man. Just take a look at my base, man. There's like skulls everywhere, and flags and gnomes and fire pits and torches. Yo, that shit makes people a little scared, man. It lets them know that you're like a long-term player, and as soon as people see that type of stuff, they're like, damn, dude, I'm in for a ride. and give them the ride of their life. Yo, man. Yo, good luck, and let me know what you thought, dude, of my review.